Culmination of spring practice in Athens with the annual G-Day game. And Georgia and Kirby Smart looking to get better for 2024. We got Anthony Dasher here, UGA Sports on Rivals. Anthony, appreciate you stopping by as always.
Sure, Mark.
Well, there's a quarterback situation that's firmly entrenched. So no quarterback battle. Carson Beck's the guy.
That's
As
right.
you look
Yep.
through the, what's that?
No, I said that's right. No issues there.
Exactly. So no quarterback battle to deal with. But as you look over the offense, what are the main questions? And we remind people this is one practice out of 15. Don't blow it out of proportion. But what are some of the main position battles on offense?
I don't know if it's so much position battles, but as far as Carson's concerned, it's more about getting in sync with some of these new receivers, and there's a good many of those guys, to talk about with the transfers. The Georgia brought in Colby Young, London Humphreys and Michael Jackson the third, and the two freshmen they've got. So it's been more about that than say position battles. Now there are some obviously competitions going on. Up front of the offensive line, both guard spots. Tate Ratledge has one, but you've got Micah Morris and Dylan Fairchild, competing to see which one of those guys may start on the left side. And at right tackle, you've got Xavier Truss, but, sophomore Monroe Freeland has been accounting for himself, quite well. But otherwise, like I said, just more about building, that continuity that you are going to need once the season starts to be as efficient as you can be.
So on the defensive side, probably the secondary with the most questions at this point.
Yeah. Just because I think they're so young and they don't maybe not have quite the depth that Kirby Smart would like. I mean, you got some, like I said, you got some freshmen who are competing who are in there too deep right now to be quite frank. I mean, Ellis Robinson the fourth is a former 5-star guy that's really been impressive. He's going to play right away. That's just a group with some of the ones they lost. They've got to get some guys back in there, but I think they'll be all right. Ultimately.
So Anthony, if we take the entirety of the spring, not just what people are going to see on Saturday, but the other 14 practices and what intel did you have? What have been some of the major storylines? What's been improved? What's been worked on?
Well, the defensive line has been a focus, not because they lost so much, but they want to get better. I know some Georgia fans have been maybe a little bit concerned. I don't, because Coach Smart hadn't been raving about the group. But the problem is, it's a good problem to have. They've been going against Georgia's offensive line, which may be one of the best in the country this year. But they want to see, I think, a little more depth at that spot. Outside linebacker, Chad Chambliss is back, but they want to see some more guys at that spot, step up to provide a better pass rush. Inside linebacker, they're extremely deep, and that may be one of the better positions on the team. And of course, flipping back to the offense, of course, there's no Brock Bowers anymore. So they've got to, get Oscar Delp a little bit of help at that position as well. But, they've got some good young players and got the Stanford transfer, coming in here. I believe he's going to get here next month. And so that will fortify that spot, as well.
We are talking of Georgia football with Anthony Dasher. You can catch him on a regular basis at UGA Sports on Rivals. It's UGAsports.com. The G-Day game is coming up on Saturday. Anthony, when we look at recruiting and where it stands right now, you got 6 hard commits. A couple have come in just here in the last week or so with an interior offensive lineman with Mason Short. And then also the guy that many consider to be the best tight end in all of high school football, right there out of Kingsland, in Elias Williams, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
Yeah, Elias has actually been committed for a little bit, but he's a guy who physically, 6'7", about 250 pounds right now, is one of the development to one of the top guys in the country. I know, but Georgia's being pushed for him. I know he was at Miami over this past weekend. I know the Hurricanes, would really love, to have him, but he's would be just another, one of those great tight ends that Georgia has had over the past, recent years. People like to compare him to Darnell Washington from a couple of years ago, that same kind of a frame and skill set. And you mentioned Mason Short, former Alabama commit. He decommitted once the coaching change took place, and it came down between Georgia and Clemson. And Mason's again, a Georgia guy about an hour and a half away from Athens. A guy who can play tackle, can play guard, and Georgia, I know, is very thrilled to have him.
That's what stumped me on the Williams commitment was the year. I saw April and whatever the date was.
Yeah.
I thought that came in just in the
No,
last couple
that was
days.
last
So
year.
that's
Yeah.
been a year old. There
Yeah.
we go. But Mason Short just coming in here in the last week or so
Yes.
as well. I was kind of curious that USC, of all schools, not that they don't know how to recruit there, but coming to Georgia and grabbing 3 players
Mhm.
here just in the last few weeks, and 3 of the top 5 or 10 players in the state.
Yeah, Justin Terry, I guess, was the big one. I mean, a lot of this is about NIL. I mean, this is a new era, new day in college football, and Southern Cal has some money to spend, and I think that's been more of the issue than maybe anything else. But again, Georgia's not giving up on Justin whatsoever. He's still coming back for a visit here. I think another couple of weeks, maybe months, something of that nature. So I wouldn't totally rule him out yet. You're going to see, I think, a lot of these kids, not just Georgia but across the country, make early decisions and flip back. I mean, just again, NIL has really changed the game in college football. I'm not sure if it's for the best or not, but the way some of the guys are flipping around, but it's just the way it is right now.
Anthony Dasher, UGA Sports, breaking things down for us. And Anthony, I'm sure you've taken in a few spring games in your day, so have a good time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's good food in the press box, and you can enjoy the day.
Yeah, got a brand new press box they're putting in this year. We won't get to sit in it for this scrimmage they've got coming up, but we'll see that here come fall.